Welcome to the Audi Garage. This week, I think I can do it. I've been slacking for the past, I think it's 3 or 4 weeks. I've only been getting little bits of footage here and there, but I think I have a solution. This morning, I went out and I got a new phone. Well, I didn't get a new phone. My wife got a new phone and I got her old phone, and it takes way better video than my old one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this around like I usually do. It's usually on the workbench, but I'm going to be able to easily use it to just turn on, start taking video. It has time lapses. It's got a wide angle lens, so things will actually look decent and not so up close. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So it's Monday. I think we're going to start off this week by finishing up a subframe. And then we have to work on a Golf TDI with an ALH. We're doing a bunch of work to that. And we also did buy something new. So maybe later in one of these videos or later in a later day, I'll pull up some pictures and maybe we'll go see it because I might pull off the wheels a little bit early to throw on another car. But let's get started, and I'm going to start doing some cutting and welding on a subframe. So unfortunately I ran out of gas on the welder, so we're going to go to the store to pick some of that up. And also I'm going to get a longer hydraulic line for my lift so I can run the hose up and over the ceiling and back down to the power pack, which will be mounted right there, so that I won't be driving over it and having it. So I just got back from trying to get welding gas, turned into a big disaster. As some of you may know, especially if you're on a small business, sometimes you try to do the simplest things and they turn into the biggest problems. So I had to go to 2 different stores to get the gas, but thankfully we have some gas now. The hydraulic line, that was out of stock, so I have to go pick that up in the morning. But now I'm going to finish up this subframe and see what else I can move on to for the rest of the night. So I finished up the subframe. I just need to clean it up and pour 15 it tomorrow, and then it'll be ready to send out. If you guys aren't familiar with what these do, basically on a Mark IV, it sucks the subframe up into the body about 3/4 of an inch. This allows for a lot more clearance on the front control arm mounts. So as you're driving along, that's pretty much the lowest point at the front of the car. So it's less likely to hit, and you won't scrape as much on the bottom at the center near the dog bone mount. You can find these listed on the website, or you can contact me directly through any of the social media pages if you guys want to order one up or you have any questions. So today I got up super early and went and bought the hydraulic hose that I needed for the max jacks so I could run the unit up and over the ceiling. This way that the power pack is out of the way and it'll finally be less worrisome about driving over it and having in the way of jacks and engine lifts and such. So as you can see, the power pack's now on the wall, and then the lines come up and over the ceiling. So no worrying about clipping the quick connects in and out. Everything's out of the way, so that makes life a lot more easy. So we still have this subframe to finish off, just needs to be cleaned and pour 15'd, and then it can be sent out. So we're gonna finish that up today. And then I have an extra power steering pump that I think I might throw on the V8 car to hopefully kill the whining, because I think the seals are gone and it's causing it to constantly foam up a bit. So we're gonna have some lunch now and then get started. Also, if you guys weren't aware, I'm also a CTS dealer. So this is their VRT downpipe and cast manifold, and we have a precision turbo wastegate here. So this is going out to a customer for their VRT build. So if you guys need any CTS parts or see anything on their website you'd like, feel free to give me a holler. Again, on social media or via email, and I can get you a quote and hook you up with some parts. So I just got dropped off these 18Z Porsche calipers. You can see we had a little bit of a leak at one of the seals. So it looks like at this piston here, the seal probably is ripped or something, and we just had fluid pouring out when we were trying to bleed them. So I have a full seal kit here. From Audi BBK website. And that'll come with the seals and the boots required for this rebuild. So in the next couple days, we'll hopefully get this done. Right now though, I have to finish cleaning the subframe and get it pour 15 and ready to send out. So in between coats of the pour 15 on the subframe drying, I'm going to take off the power steering pump on the V8 car, and hopefully this guy over here isn't as leaky and stops frothing up the fluid. So I'm going to pull off the bumper. I'm going to swing the rad out of the way because it's not really attached to anything, and then I should be able to get to the power steering pump located over here. So it's the next day. I got the V8 carb buttoned back up. Power steering still won't bleed very easily. I haven't taken it out and driven around and gone in some figure eights to try to bleed it, but we'll try that later. For now, I'm going to push it out. And if that doesn't work, I think the answer will be to bleed this or flush the system and get all new fresh fluid in there. So we'll pull this out, and then we will get our last coats of Por 15 on the subframe, and that'll be ready to send out. The next task will be bringing in the Mark IV TDI and starting on the clutch job, so we'll start by removing the transmission. So I have most of the parts cleared out of the engine bay on the Mark IV to pull the trans. Just the clutch sleeve, I believe, is left up there. And then underneath, most of those items are pulled. Axle shafts are pulled away. I just need to wait for this one to unstick on the passenger side. And then we're ready to start taking off the bell housing bolts and pull it out. But it's definitely lunchtime, so I'm going to come back at this in a bit. So I got the transmission off. Throw bearing is definitely cooked. Nothing else looks too apparently bad there. The pressure plate has a finger missing, and I'll wait until I get it off, but I'm pretty sure that the dual mass is shifted, so I might have to end up cutting out the hub to get the flywheel off. This is what's going on. It's the Dark Side Development single mass flywheel conversion, and what I believe is just a Sachs pressure plate and disc. So this will be able to hold the power that this car makes on the tune and last a lot longer than a dual mass. So the last 2 days I've been out of the shop doing some cool filming with a friend of mine for one of his projects that he works on. Maybe someday I'll be able to show what that is if it comes to fruition. It might be pretty cool. But today, now I'm back in the shop, and the first thing I need to work on is these Porsche calipers and get them rebuilt. So yesterday I finished up the Porsche brake rebuild. I don't know if I pointed it out, but this is the damage on the one seal. You can see the chunk missing out of it. That's the piece that I found in the bore next to it. And now we are off to go pick up the new shop car. So here's the new shop car. B6 S4 Avant, Nagaro blue. Really clean, reasonably clean Nagaro interior. Comes with a bunch of goodies, including sway bar suspension, these nice Oz wheels. It has a Fast Intentions exhaust, custom downpipes, Hotchkiss sway bars, lots of gnarly body damage and rust. That's not too big of a deal, we'll repair that. So the reason why I picked up this car is it looks like the timing chain tensioners probably shit the bed. So the engine appears to just spin over. I haven't even dove into it yet. The plan is obviously to swap this to a 2.7, and we'll figure out what kind of turbo setup we have. If you guys have any ideas on what you think would be a cool turbo setup in this, leave a comment below. But yeah, that's the new shop car, so hopefully we'll have some videos coming out of building the engine for this and then putting it all together once that's ready. Well guys, it looks like that's where I'm going to leave off that week's vlog. Did a few interesting things, tried to make it interesting for you guys to watch. Obviously there's a lot more that goes on, but I figured I'd just highlight the more fun stuff that's worth filming. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our website for continuing updates in between videos, and stuff that you might not see posted in these videos will be posted on those pages. Also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys soon.